I spent nearly $1,000 on this mail out I sent out that was telling all these government people, and I sent it to the press too, like a ton of news outlets, probably 100. And I sent it to chiefs of police, I sent it to sheriffs, I sent it to every person in charge of an FBI office in the United States, and there are a lot of FBI offices. I sent to every DEA office, every Secret Service office, every Department of Homeland Security office, and I have had zero responses other than automated responses from senators that, well, they're pretty much automated. They say, I'm not your senator. I will forward it to your senator. I've called every congressperson in Colorado except for Diane Getz, I think that's her name, because I called her, but then her messages were full, so I couldn't leave a message. So I did actually call every congressperson in Colorado. I did that because I feel like people want to murder me a lot of the time. And indications of that is I'm at this guy's house. He's telling me about how he got, how he was stalking someone with a bag full of guns. He had a red eye on one of the guns. He had an AK-47 pistol with a 100 round magazine. The police show up because someone called the cops on him because they said he was making threats. He ran away on his motorcycle. He came back and the police were there and they had his guns. He didn't get his guns taken away at the time, so he still had his guns at his house. He asked me if I want to see his 40 caliber Glock. I say sure for some reason. He hands me the Glock. He doesn't tell me it's loaded because I want to inspect it. I cock it and I'm like, whoa, dude, you gave me a loaded gun. And there's a child right next to him, which is my old friend's son. And then he shoots a cap gun at me when because I backed away around the hallway because I was in the hallway. I backed in the kitchen to clear out the gun. I go to give him back the gun and I turn the corner and then he shoots a cap gun. Scared the crap out of me. But that wasn't the only thing. That was like one of probably 5 things that really made me nervous in Colorado because people were really trying to intimidate me when I moved here. And I sent this letter to tell them, hey, I'm the spokesperson for a drug lab, and it's really, really, really a scary job for me, and I hate it. And people keep threatening to kill me. One time, someone tried to kill me. They rigged my car so that my hood went through my windshield. And that was when I was like 18 years old. But recently, when I moved to Colorado, the day I moved here, someone was waiting in the lobby of my hotel to tell me that I'd been poisoned and that I needed to go to the hospital. And so I did go to the emergency room. I got my fluids flushed, but then no one said anything. So I am tired of being the spokesperson for the drug lab. I am tired of dealing with this. The reason I post every day is because I want people to know I haven't been murdered. I don't want to post every day anymore. I want to not post at all. I want to be done with the internet. I want to focus on my business and moving on with my life. Unfortunately, I can't move on with my life because I'm facing charges right now because this guy threatened me with a gun and I wrote him a note and they're charging me with felony menacing even though I didn't even threaten imminent danger. I said, please be careful please be careful because this guy faked like he was drawing a gun on me. And I was like, I carry a gun. Please be careful. Don't fake like you're drawing a gun on me. And then they said, well, you threatened imminent danger. It's like, no, I said, please be careful. But the court system is rigged in Colorado because there's at least one drug lab here. And the drug lab has caused incredible sorrow for a lot of people in this community. So I'm ready to be off the internet. I don't want to be on here anymore. I can't believe that I spent $1,000 on letters and not a single person from the media has contacted me. I have received, like, every letter I have says, please, at least 500 of the letters I sent out say, please email to confirm receipt. Haven't received a single email from any of those people. So it's pretty weird. It's a pretty weird situation. But what I do know is there are a lot more eyes on the situation than there used to be, and that's why I can quit the internet now. Because I don't want to be on here. I hate it. Like I'm Meghan Markle. I'm gonna go yell at my dog. I can't handle the situation I'm in, so I'm gonna freak out on my dog. And then I'm gonna say my dog's racist. You're a racist. And my dog's gonna be like, I'm not racist. I gotta go. I had to move outside because people are here to clean my house. So anyways, I shouldn't have made fun of Meghan Markle. I'm sure she was not a complete bridezilla, and that she wasn't one of those people that think that if you ever are any way ever to me, then that you're racist. That's how some people are. If you didn't know that. There are people that like assume you're racist if you breathe near them because they are that sensitive. And I feel like what happened is she was super sensitive and she was super mean to everyone and she was always freaking out. And now she's blaming it on racism, which it was kind of messed up to be like, oh, we're not going to say who was racist, but we're going to say someone was racist. It's like, well, then you're kind of blaming the entire royal family for something apparently someone said, but then you're like not actually saying it. Anyways, so I don't want to be on the internet anymore. I mean, you think that Meghan Markle had a difficult situation where she's getting married to a freaking royal person and like she doesn't get to talk to anyone? Yeah. I'm in a difficult situation. I told everyone that I knew in October that a biological weapon was being released. Have I ever been told before that a biological weapon was being released? Yeah. One time, I think it was like 5 years ago, I remember I was in San Antonio and they told me that they were about to release a biological weapon, and it was, I thought it was going to be like immediate and like everyone was going to die. Well, not everyone, but a huge amount of people were going to die. And like over 5 billion people were going to die. And I remember I went on this golf course and I like wanted to scream because I was like freaking out because I was like, this is so stressful. And it was nighttime and I just walked on the golf course by myself. And I remember I was on this putting green and I was like, I can't take this shit anymore. And I'm really glad that they did a trial run because it made it so that I could handle the situation I'm in now a lot better. But can anybody handle this situation? It's a pretty terrible situation. So if you watch this video because you're lucky enough to know about me, you're one of my 35 followers, you should not take Pfizer. Seriously, you shouldn't take AstraZeneca either, but you really shouldn't take Pfizer. I saw the Dalai Lama took the AstraZeneca vaccine and I was like, no, not the Dalai Lama. It's like, not him, but he's old. There will be another Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama will be reincarnated, fortunately. You never know. If he's reincarnated, it's because we clone him. And I wouldn't mind cloning the Dalai Lama. I kind of like him. So, yeah, I think I'm ready for a break from the internet. I think I've had enough. I know what you guys are thinking. Your friend told you to keep fighting because remember, I quit the internet just recently, and then one of my friends from college was like, believe me, I understand the situation we're in. Keep fighting. And thing is, I feel like fighting sometimes is counterproductive, and I'm sure I'll be back someday. If you want to see if I'm alive, I will do photo shoots once every 2 weeks, and I have an Instagram account now, Spy Studios. I'll put the hashtag or the address for it on here. All right, so yeah, I'm done with the internet, or I'm done with YouTube. I need a break. Does that mean the Vinox Sammys aren't going to happen? Probably not. I mean, seriously, I like what, I have like 35 followers. No one cares about what I say. Like, I mean, that's the reality of the situation. Like, all these politicians know, but then no one has talked about me. Like it's just baffling to me that I can say the things I say and do the things I do, and then no one wants to talk to me. But it's because, like, dude, I'm telling you, like, the entire FBI now is in on the Austin bomber, on covering up for this guy who was murdering people, and then they murdered and framed someone for it. Like, the entire FBI now, because I've contacted every field office, is in on protecting the government after they murdered and framed someone for terrorism. And that's not the only thing they've done. They've done so many things. And It's kind of crazy that the FBI could be that dirty on like such a large scale, and the politicians too. But I guess everyone wants to maintain their power, and they're worried that that people are gonna get in trouble if the American population finds out all the terrible things the FBI has been doing. So that's just life. I'm ready for my life to not involve harming myself by being the spokesperson for a drug lab anymore.